Thanks for coming our way. I mean, it just elevates this event in so many ways, and what Caitlin has done, not just on the court, but just in general for women and girls in sport, and such an inspiration and motivation. So, I really look forward to seeing your game tomorrow.
I honestly just got so triggered by Caitlin Clark's golf debut, and it is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA, because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
If you're a basketball player, but just a recreational golfer like Caitlin is, the delusional fan base that follows her disrespects the LPGA golfers by thinking she can go into this tournament and do anything.
Caitlin Clark stepping onto the LPGA green was the off-season energy shift no one saw coming but everyone needed. From the moment she teed off, it was clear the Caitlin Clark effect does not stop at basketball. Her presence did not just draw attention. It electrified the golf world. Crowds gathered, cameras followed, and just like that, the LPGA felt what true star power can do. Even some of the biggest names in women's golf were caught off guard by the spotlight Caitlin brought with her, and they did not shy away from showing her the respect she has earned. It was a masterclass in how to welcome an athlete and a lesson the WNBA could stand to learn. Nelly Korda, one of the top-ranked golfers in the world, led by example. Rather than bristle at the attention Caitlin received, Korda embraced it. She went out of her way to welcome Clark, not just as a guest, but as a fellow athlete worthy of celebration. In a subtle yet powerful contrast, the warmth from the golf world stood miles apart from the chilly reception Clark has often faced in her own league. Where some in the WNBA saw competition, Korda saw collaboration. And in doing so, she set a tone for what real recognition and support should look like. Stay with us, because this story is far from over. Here's what Nelly Korda had to say about Caitlin Clark and why it's making waves across both sports.
She's so sweet, so nice. It was nice to kind of get to spend some time with her. We've messaged a little on Instagram beforehand, but to get to spend some time with her and to see the influence that she has on people, bringing people out here, and to see how amazing of an influence she is just for sports was really cool to see firsthand today.
Mexican golf star Maria Fassi did not hesitate to show love for fellow women athletes, especially Caitlin Clark. Her reaction was more than just kind words. It was a clear sign of just how far the Clark effect is reaching. Fassi's response radiated genuine appreciation, reminding everyone that when women support women, the entire game levels up. Instead of jealousy or rivalry, she offered admiration. Instead of silence, she spoke up. And in doing so, she showed what real sportsmanship looks like. While some WNBA players have struggled to accept the spotlight Caitlin commands, Fassi's approach was different. She did not just tolerate Caitlin's rise, she celebrated it. And that makes a statement far louder than any criticism ever could. Her praise was a reminder that Caitlin Clark's influence is not limited to the hardwood. She is shifting culture, crossing sports lines, and owning the respect of top-tier athletes along the way. This is how it should be: recognition without ego, respect without rivalry, and admiration rooted in shared excellence.
I wanted to come say hi and introduce myself. I play out here on tour. I'm Maria. Thank you for being out here. It's very cool what you're doing for sports.
The Golf Channel did not just cover Caitlin Clark's LPGA appearance. They embraced it. Their spotlight on her was not just about the novelty of a basketball star swinging a golf club. It was about vision, recognizing the powerful potential of cross-sport collaboration. In a move that felt refreshing and forward-thinking, the network highlighted how Caitlin's presence could elevate the visibility of women's golf, bringing in new fans and broader attention. At the same time, it offered Clark a chance to expand her platform beyond the basketball court. A win-win that benefits everyone involved. The Golf Channel's coverage made one thing clear: partnerships like this are not just good PR. They are the future of women's sports. By celebrating Caitlin instead of sidelining her, they showed how collaboration can fuel growth across leagues. Meanwhile, the WNBA still seems hesitant to fully embrace the star power Clark brings to the table. What the Golf Channel did right was simple. They saw potential and acted on it. Now the LPGA and Caitlin Clark have a chance to create something bigger than either side imagined. And if other leagues are watching, this is the blueprint to follow.
Been a huge win already for the LPGA in terms of publicity. Now, what the LPGA does with this going forward, that remains to be seen. But given Clark and her love of golf, saying, she was going to go off and become a professional golfer, I think there's an opportunity here for the LPGA to capitalize and maybe make this into more of a partnership that could benefit both sides beyond just.
But the Golf Channel did not stop there. Their praise for Caitlin Clark kept rolling in, as did the admiration from fans and players alike. They emphasized how her presence brought a jolt of energy to the tournament, the kind that turns heads and gets people talking. The golf community responded with open arms, showering Caitlin with the kind of respect and excitement every athlete hopes for. It was not just about her fame, it was about her impact. She elevated the moment, and they let her know it. This overwhelming support stood in stark contrast to the cooler reception Caitlin has faced from parts of the WNBA. While some players in her league have met her rise with resistance, the golf world embraced her with enthusiasm and pride. The takeaway: if the WNBA wants to keep its brightest stars feeling valued, it might want to take a page from golf's playbook. Because true recognition is not just about applause. It is about appreciation, inclusion, and respect.
Definitely a buzz in the air. I think there's a lot of excitement about what's to come. Caitlin Clark is actually speaking as a part of a panelist this afternoon. So for those who are lucky enough to be in the room, that's exciting. Of course, people can watch it and stream online as well. But I know players are getting excited about seeing some of Caitlin's action tomorrow.
At the tournament, Caitlin Clark was asked a simple question: how did you get into golf? What followed was a story that was surprising, heartfelt, and totally captivating. She shared how her journey into golf was not something she planned. It just happened, an unexpected beginning that turned into something meaningful. Over time, it has become more than just a hobby. It is a space where she finds joy, focus, and a new kind of challenge. Her story revealed a lot more than just how she picked up a club. It showcased the depth of her competitive drive and her genuine love for sports. Not just basketball, but the game itself in all its forms. Here is what Caitlin Clark had to say about how golf found its way into her life and why it now holds a special place in her heart.
Dad, I loved it. My dad played a little bit growing up, and then I remember for one of my birthdays I asked for golf clubs, and I got this cute little pink set. It was probably from, who knows, the store up the street, and a cheap not plastic, but pretty cheap pair. I had them for a while. They were cute. And then eventually got some nice clubs, and, I really love it.
TV host Rachel Duralto did not hold back in her latest video. She broke down exactly what the LPGA got right when it came to Caitlin Clark, and how the WNBA, by contrast, completely missed the mark. Duralto highlighted how the LPGA recognized Caitlin's star power and used it to energize their tournament, draw new audiences, and spotlight women's golf on a much larger stage. Meanwhile, the WNBA had the same golden opportunity and let it slip. Her message was clear: the LPGA did not just invite Caitlin, they embraced her, and that made all the difference. Duralto stressed that this is a playbook the WNBA needs to study. Uplift your stars, recognize their influence, and lean into the momentum they bring. It is not just good PR, it is how you grow a league. Here is what Rachel Duralto had to say about Caitlin Clark, the LPGA, and a lesson every league should take to heart.
This Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on.
When Caitlin Clark finally teed off at the LPGA event, the entire golf world showed up. Social media lit up with posts, reactions, and live chats covering every swing from the 22-year-old phenom. The Golf Channel even started its broadcast 90 minutes early just to spotlight her moments on the green. That kind of energy, it was impossible to ignore. TV host Rachel Duralto picked up on it too, and she could not help but notice the contrast. While the LPGA rolled out the red carpet, the WNBA has been far more reserved, almost hesitant, to fully embrace Caitlin's rise. According to Rachel, it feels like the WNBA has been more focused on balancing her popularity with her rivals rather than celebrating what she brings to the league. And that difference, it speaks volumes about how each league values its athletes. Caitlin's LPGA appearance showed just how powerful her presence can be when she is welcomed, supported, and celebrated. And right now, it seems like golf gets that more than her own league does. Up next, we will hear directly from Rachel Duralto as she breaks down why Caitlin Clark's impact is resonating far beyond basketball and what the WNBA could learn from how the LPGA handled it.
Now, from this event, I have only seen and heard of positive things. I didn't hear one thing about how her fans are toxic. I didn't hear one thing about there being too much spotlight on Caitlin Clark and it should have maybe been on the professional golfers that are there. We didn't hear any of that. And those are the types of things that we have been hearing for the entirety of the WNBA season last.
Professional golfers were there. We did not hear any bitterness from them. And that is the kind of thing we have been hearing throughout the entire WNBA season. Professional golfer Brittany Lincecum did not mince words when it came to Caitlin Clark. She called her exactly what many already believe she is, a game changer not just for basketball, but for all of women's sports. Her praise was powerful and heartfelt. You could hear the respect in her voice as she spoke about Caitlin's rare ability to bring fresh energy and national attention wherever she goes. She is not just showing up. She is shifting the spotlight. Brittany's comments were more than just a compliment. They were a reminder of the kind of star power Caitlin possesses, a reminder of the impact she is already having, and maybe most importantly, a reminder of how much more the WNBA could be doing to uplift one of its brightest talents. Coming up next, Brittany Lincecum in her own words sharing why Caitlin Clark is the spark women's sports needed, and how the WNBA still has room to catch up.
Done for women's sports and basketball, and to have her at our golf tournament, I'm in awe. I got a basketball. I'm hoping she signs it for my girls. But it's just really cool to see her coming out. I've seen her swing. I think she has a great swing and she has potential.
Brittany Lincecum did not just praise Caitlin Clark. She set the standard for how a true superstar should be celebrated. Her words were filled with genuine admiration, offering a blueprint and support that stood in stark contrast to the cold reception Caitlin has received from some corners of the WNBA. It was a moment that spoke volumes, because when athletes are recognized and uplifted, they rise even higher. And if the WNBA truly wants to empower its stars, this is the kind of recognition they need to model. But Lincecum was not alone. NBA icon Steph Curry, no stranger to golf himself, added his voice to the chorus of support. A regular on the celebrity golf circuit and an outspoken fan of the game, Curry applauded Caitlin for her crossover ability and her rare gift of captivating audiences both on the basketball court and the golf course. His praise echoed what the golf world has already made clear. Caitlin Clark is a rare talent with broad appeal, and it is time for every league, especially the WNBA, to recognize the full scope of her impact. Next up, hear what Steph Curry had to say about Caitlin Clark and why her influence goes far beyond one sport.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her just confidence, I can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. She's a performer. It's crazy, though, just because her shot is like that. It's at that level. If you really watch, her floor game is as impressive. So it's kind of the total package. And her being the French breaking that record and the amount of attention that she has gained over the course of these last couple of years. Every building she goes into, there's a different energy. It's great for her, great for women's.
I saw somebody break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine. And then her confidence. I can't help but watch when she plays. When Tiger Woods praised Caitlin Clark, it shook both the golf and basketball worlds. She didn't get the respect she deserved in the WNBA. I'm glad the LPGA sees her talent. Coming from Tiger, that is huge. While the WNBA has struggled to fully support Caitlin, The golf world embraced her, and it shows. Then came controversy. Basketball figure Gino Auriemma called her golf move disrespectful, though some question if the video was real. One thing is clear.